Honours Board Legends with Lords TV.
I wanted to ask first about your 8 for 38. What do you remember about that test match and that particular bowling display?
Yeah, and I remember we came from Edgbaston where we were well and truly beaten. We bowled the wrong length, we bowled a little bit too short, so we did a lot of work on our bowling off the full run between the two games just to get a fuller length and came out here. I think that the thing I noticed most about Lords, or I remember most about Lords, is firstly getting here. We did play a one-day match here beforehand, which was great, but to come here and just sort of soak everything up, look around the field, look around the stands, the dressing rooms, there's so much history and tradition and everything that goes with Lords, and go into the rooms and looking at the 5 wickets in an innings, 10 wickets in a match, and the 100 runs in an innings is very special. And you look at the names on the board there, and there's some legends of the game, and it's a pretty amazing place. And to think, I thought, I want my name up there. How good would it be? And then we chose our seats. I was sitting next to Steve Waugh, and from then on, for the next 3 tests, or every time I came at Lords here to Lords, was I sat in that same seat. So it is an incredible place. And I remember that first ball where there's more a hush around the ground than big noise, but it's an amazing place, and I've got great memories here.
Did you enjoy bowling here? Was it the quirks of the slope? There's there's a lot said about the ground. What was it that you enjoyed specifically? Because you always had great figures.
This ground was tailor-made for my style of bowling. If I could pick this wicket up and put it in my pocket and take anywhere in the world, happy days. So I think, it's got the slope going left to right, and I bowl from the pavilion end, and I think that natural variation I had where I could hit the wicket just outside off stump. Some would hold its line, their line going up the slope, and the others would just hit the wicket and come back down the slope into the stumps. And batsmen didn't really know which one which one it was going to be, as long as I got the length right. So the line and the length was key here. When I picked up my first 5-wicket haul here in the 8, I got Nasser Hussain out from my 5th wicket, and it was just after a break. I bowled it full, it just straightened off the wicket into the stumps. He didn't come forward at all, and hit him in the middle of the pad, and it was hitting nothing but middle stump. And then I appealed and given out, and then I knew my name was going up on the board, and it was an amazing moment, and something I'm very proud of. And lucky enough to be up there 3 times.
Amazing. Well, I was going to ask about 2005. What was it like to be involved in that amazing test match and that whole series?
Well, it was. There was a lot build up heading into that match, and or into that series really. England had been playing well, Australia had been playing well, and we came here, and England, we won the toss and batted, and England came hard at us. I think Ricky Ponting got hit, Justin Langer, Harmison bowled well, aggressive, fast, and as did all the English bowlers, and they knocked us over for not a big total on the board, and we came out to bowl. I think we may have bowled a couple overs just before tea, and then we came out after tea, and I was sitting on 499 test wickets as well, so just to add a little incentive there. And I picked up first ball after the break again. It sort of pitched sort of middle leg and went away from Trescothick down the slope, and he tried to work it through mid wicket and got enough edge on it to carry to Justin Langer around about sort of 4th slip. And I took my 500th wicket, and then the rest I think picked up 5 wickets in a matter of a few overs, and it was the tide had turned. The English crowd were really behind England. They just knocked over Australia for a fairly small total, and then and my father was sitting in the crowd, and he loved the interaction between the English crowd and the Australian crowd, and how in the morning the English gave it to the Aussies, and then when we came out after tea and picked up 5 quick ones, the Aussies gave it back to the English, and it was an incredible day. And England sort of dominated to start with, and the way Australia fought back sort of really set the tone for the rest of that test match, and then sort of went on to Edgbaston and the rest of the series. It was one of the best series, I think, for a long time.
You changed your boots, didn't you, when you took your 500th wicket? Is that right?
Yeah, I had some boots made up for 500. I was hoping I could get 1 wicket at Lords here, gold painted boots, and the plan was for Michael Kaspovich to bring it out at the end of the over down at fine leg. I took my 500th wicket, I'm raising the ball to the crowd, and next thing I turn around and Casper's there, he's got the boots, and okay, so quickly changed them over, so got the new gold boots on, and off we went. But the things you do, have a bit of fun, don't you?
And it was you that began the tradition of raising the ball?
Well, it was on the 2001 series, and there was all the what we call ourselves the fast bowling cartel, the FBC, and it was Damien Fleming, Michael Caswich, Jason Gillespie, myself, and the other quicks on it. And we got sick and tired of these batsmen. You know, they get 50 runs, they raise their bat. They get 100, they raise their bat. Poor old bowler had nothing. So we thought, how about whoever gets the first 5-wicket haul, from now on, whenever a bowler gets 5, we pick the ball and we raise it to the crowd. And I was lucky enough to be the first one to get 5 wickets in an innings. And we got the ball and sort of raised it to the crowd, did the full circle, and then threw it back to the umpire. And try to start a little bit of a tradition there. And I quite enjoy watching, all teams now, all bowlers, all fast bowlers, spinners, what have you, when they get 5 wickets in an innings, they sort of raise the ball, and I think it's a nice little recognition.
No, that's absolutely lovely. And finally, just kind of behind the scenes, what was so great about being in the pavilion as a player and being in this kind of famous old ground?
Well, yeah, just the history, the tradition. When you walk out on the ground, you have to walk through the long room, and all the members there saying, "Good luck, old chap," but not too much, sort of thing. And when you walk back, if you played well, they sort of pat you on the back and say, "Well done," and then walking up into the rooms and. I don't know, there's something very special about the Lord's dressing room. I played for Middlesex for a month in 2004 when I came back from my ankle operation, and came to the ground, and I went into the home dressing room and it didn't feel right. It's a visitor's dressing room, but I loved the time here, and it's from everything from playing on the wicket out there to the long room to the to the pavilion to the change rooms to the honour board, right down to the lunches. At Lord's, they're easily the best in the world, and that's one thing I always enjoyed coming here. The lunches were spectacular too. So it's everything across the board that makes this one of the most incredible places to play.